Hey there, I am Veronica, and today I am here to help you attract a specific person who has rejected you, who has turned you down, who has said they have no feelings for you, who has said they don't want you. Maybe they have broken up with you. Maybe they have said they could never have romantic feelings for you. They only see you as a friend. I'm here to help you change your concepts so you can start changing your results. Because in turning around the situation, we're actually not trying to change them. We're trying to change your idea of them, which will in turn change your results. Suddenly, this person will start saying and doing all of the things you have been wanting, all of the things you have been dreaming of. How do we get that? That sounds wonderful, right? You probably are shouting at the screen, "Yes, I want this." Well, if you want this to work, I will show you how in this video. And it works just about every single time when done properly. So are you ready for change? Listen onwards, and I will show you the way it's done. Before we do that, if you would like to work with me one-on-one or learn more about me, veronicaisles.com. I also have a specific person workshop package, which is a coaching package that will help you rewire your brain, rewire your concepts to actually be with this person. It is available in 15 days, 30 days, or 45 days, and also includes texting packages as well as MP3s. I also have other coaching packages available there as well. I also have self-study courses available at veronicaisles.teachable.com, including one to attract constant communication from any person, and also being made a priority. I do have an affirmations app for iPhone as well, and the details to download that are below. So let's talk about how we change someone's mind. We actually don't work on changing their mind or physically do anything to convince them. I know that when you're rejected, your first mode of thinking is that you have to convince them to change their mind, to see you in a new way. You start arguing with them inside of yourself, standing up for yourself, telling them why you are right for them and why they've made this mistake. Or you cry or you feel bad about yourself and you bang your head against the wall wondering, how do I change this? Well, you do not focus on changing their opinion. Instead, you focus on changing you and your opinion of the way you think they think about you. Now you can manifest a new version of them that says and does all of the things you've been dreaming of. In fact, word for word. Why have it be any less? But you need to change your concept of self, your assumptions, your judgments upon this situation, upon what is possible. One that lines up with your highest ideals. But that's something you discover within. It's not something that actually involves this other person. It's inner work you do that ends up causing a chain reaction of different events involving this person. They're going to feel the new you. They are going to energetically pick up on it. You do not have to send them a message and test out whether or not it's working. In fact, I wouldn't try to send them a message at all. I would wait for the message to come to you. So you start seeing yourself as someone who can have that ideal partner, of someone who deserves to be with the person of their choosing, of someone who deserves to be accepted, to be warmly accepted, to have someone fight for them. So no longer are you readily available, waiting around for your specific person to change their mind to decide they want to be with you. Instead, you're raising your concept of self, realizing that you are the one who is to be fought for. You are the prize. You are valuable. You are irreplaceable. When we start to put focus on that, the other person is going to feel such a huge difference. They're going to be like, wow. They're going to see something that they never saw before. And the reason why they never saw it before is because you weren't existing in that. In fact, before when the rejection happened, you may have been focusing too much energy on them and having them upon this high place in your mind, this distant dream, where all they really could do is reject you because you weren't on the same ground as they were. But you start to raise your idea of self, Instead of trying to convince them to change their mind, instead you change your idea of you and about what you can have and about what you deserve in life. For example, a lot of people think love is hard. They think they have to settle for someone, that they can't be with their ideal person, that the person that they always want never wants them back, and they have to settle for someone else. You don't have to settle for someone else at all. In fact, if your ideal person is rejecting you and you have other options that are not to your highest standard that want you and that are willing to give you what you want, but you don't really want them, the reason why those options are coming up is because you have no resistance towards them. You don't want them. So there's no contrary thoughts, there's no worries, there's no insecurities about them. They're just readily available because you don't actually want them. You can actually take the same approach with the person that you want the most. They can almost throw themselves at you. They can say wonderful things. They can want to commit to you. We need to be really aware of our concepts of self. Do I see myself as actually being able to be in a relationship right now? Is my life ready to support being with another person? Is my life ready to support being with the ideal person? Because a lot of times we just identify with that of the failure. We're so used to it. We've failed so many times in life that we think that that's just what we're just going to keep receiving. Almost like that's what we're destined to receive. But it's not at all. Now, your specific person will naturally shift. Once you start to naturally shift, it's kind of crazy the way it happens. You read it in comments, you see it in testimonial videos. People always say, the second I surrendered, the second I stopped trying, the second I just realized that I was worth everything, the person just suddenly calls up. They suddenly change their mind. All these things that they seemed so concrete on. Maybe they have been steadfast saying that they will never marry you, they will never be with you, they can't commit to you. Suddenly, they want the complete opposite. Why did this happen? Well, it happened because you aligned with a new part of yourself, a new experience from within. You started to change, your inner self started to change, and your outer world just conformed immediately. Super fast, without fail, 100% of the time. But attracting a specific person is not about setting out in your mind, how do I change them? How do I convince them? You don't have to convince them at all. All you need to do is convince yourself that you are actually the person who can be someone else's ideal person. How do you see yourself? What do you feel about yourself? What do you feel is possible in your life? In fact, another good indication to trying to figure out your core beliefs in terms of love is to look at your core beliefs in terms of life. What are your beliefs about money? What are your beliefs about success? What are your beliefs about friendship? How do you think your friends see you? How do you think your family members see you? All of these things are really important to examine. Now, I know attracting a specific person, there are a lot of emotions involved, a lot of strong emotions, so strong. Love, infatuation, being in love with someone, wanting to be with them is some of the strongest emotions there are. You can make all of these high emotions work in your favor. Now, it doesn't matter what your situation is. If your specific person is currently in a relationship with someone else, if they have turned you down on multiple occasions, if you have broken up in multiple occasions, if harsh words were said, none of that matters. But we need to stop latching on to that as your truth. So the first thing when you think of them shouldn't be the dismissal, the rejection, saying they don't want you. Instead, we need to invent new ideas, and a lot of these ideas have to do with you and not even with them. So don't be afraid to attract a specific person that is fully focusing on you. In fact, it should be fully on you. Your specific person has already been identified. They are within your heart. They are not going anywhere. So there is no need to latch on to them as if you stop thinking about them for 1 second, that it will somehow not work. So you can manifest your specific person in a way that is completely aligned with your highest ideals. But we need to approach it from a way that makes sense. Become the person, the romantic person, who anyone would be in love with. Start looking at these concepts from a general way, and don't be afraid to. Don't think that you're suddenly going to manifest someone else and forget all about your specific person. Stop having so much fear. Start letting go. Start approaching these things from a way that makes sense, in a way that isn't ruled by your emotions. Instead, be in control of your emotions. Let them fuel. Let the love fuel the fire inside of you that says, I can actually be in this relationship that I prefer, that I choose. I get to decide, and it can be mutual. It can be mutually loved by the person I want to be with the most. I can hear lovely words coming out of their mouth, telling me the things that I want to hear, telling me truths, things of love, things that excite me, things that cause both of our lives to flourish. Now, I hope this could help. I am Veronica, and if you would like to work with me one-on-one, veronicaisles.com. If you would like to do my self-study course, veronicaisles.teachable.com. And I also have a great affirmations app for iPhone. Details on that are below. Have a great rest of your day.